Hi, welcome to our math. Today I'm doing a series of videos where I'm trying to find the inverse of different matrices. The method I'm using is one where we start by writing off the original matrix, so 2, 5, 7, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, negative 1, and we put a line instead of the other bracket, and we put an identity matrix. The idea of this method is if I can use row manipulation to get an identity matrix on the left, I get an inverse on the right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot on this 2. So I'm going to take row 1 minus 2 row 2, and I'm going to take row 1 minus row 3. So row 1, 2, 5, 7, 1, 0, 0, minus 2 row 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, lots of negative 2s, a couple of zeros. All right, 0, 3, 5, 1, negative 2, 0. Then I'm going to take row 1 again, 2, 5, 7, 1, 0, 0, and subtract row 3 from it. So row 3 is 2, let's see, negative 2, negative 1, positive 1, 0, 0, negative 1. And when I add these together, I get 0, 4, 8, 1, 0, negative 1. So then I didn't change my top row. So the top row of my matrix stays as 2, 5, 7, 1, 0, 0. My second row becomes 0, 3, 5, 1, negative 2, 0. My bottom row becomes 0, 4, 8, 1, 0, negative 1. Okay, so now I have my next stage of my matrix. I'm going to pivot on this 3. So I'm going to say 3 times row 1 minus 5 times row 2. And I'm going to say 3 times row 3 minus 4 times row 2. So if I do 3 times row 1, I'm going to get 6, 15, 21, 3, 0, 0. Negative 5 times row 2 is 0, negative 15, negative 25, negative 5, 10, 0. When I add down, I get 6, 0, negative 4, negative 2, 10, 0. And it looks like with these numbers, they are all even, so I'm going to divide by 2. Now, some purists say I should divide by 6 to make this a 1. I'm dividing by 2 to make the numbers smaller, but I'm not going to go to fractions just yet. I say fractions for my last step. Okay, 3 row 3 is 0, 12, 24, 3, 0, negative 3. And negative 4 times row 2, 0, negative 12, negative 20, negative 4, 8, 0. And when I add down, I get 0, 0, 4, negative 1, 8, negative 3. All right, so now I'm going to take all of this, I'm going to rewrite my matrix at the top. So I'm going to write this as row 1, this is row 3, and keep my row 2. So I'm going to scooch all the way up here where I have lots of paper space. My first row, after I divided through by 2, is 3, 0, negative 2, negative 1, 5, 0. My second row I didn't change, 0, 3, 5, 1, negative 2, 0. And my third row, 0, 0, 4, negative 1, 8, negative 3. Okay, so now all I need to do is pivot on my final 4. When I pivot on this 4, I'm going to say, I'm going to say 2 times row 1 plus row 3, so the 4 can eliminate the 2. And then 4 times row 2 minus 5 times row 3. So I brought the 4 up and the 5 down. So 2 times row 1 is going to be 6, 0, negative 4, negative 2, 10, 0. Row 3 is 0, 0, 4, negative 1, 8, 3. And when I add down, I get 6, 0, 0, negative 3, 18, 3. I am now going to divide through by 6 because I do know that I'm at the last step. I'm also going to say that row 3 should be divided by 4 because in my last step I am building out my identity matrix. Okay, so now I have 4 times row 2, which is 0, 12, 20, 4, negative 8, 0, and 5 times row 3. That's, minus 5 row, negative 5. Okay, 0, 0, negative 20, 5, negative 40, 15. 0, 12, 0, 9, negative 48, 15. I'm going to divide through by 12. All right, so when I divide this row right here through by 6, I'm going to get 1, 0, 0, negative 1/2, 3, positive 1/2. Okay, row 2, when I divide this through by 12, I'm going to get 0, 1, 0, 3/4, negative 4, take a 3 out, 5/4. All right, and then I'm going to divide this last row through by 4. So if I do that, I get 0, 0, 1, negative 1/4, 2, negative 3/4. We have our identity matrix on the left, which means that the inverse of F is going to be negative 1/2, 3, 1/2, 3/4, negative 4, 5/4, negative 1/4, 2, negative 3/4. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.